Okay, so great evening once again and welcome to ABCD International Family and Babad International Publication. So first of all, I welcome all our guest speakers today. So welcome all on ABCD International platform and all participants here. So शुरुआत आज का जो इवेंट है अपना इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस लीडरशिप समिट, ये जो कारवा है, ये जो सफर है, काफी दिनों से चलता आ रहा है। जब से लॉकडाउन शुरू हुआ है तब से एबीसीडी इंटरनेशनल ने काफी सारे प्रोग्राम्स किए। स्टार्टिंग में हमने कुछ फ्री वेबिनार्स का सीरीज स्टार्ट किया था, अभी भी वो कंटिन्यू है और बाय गॉड्स ग्रेस वो कंटिन्यू रहेगा। और उसके बाद फिर हमने कुछ इंटरनेशनल समिट्स कंडक्ट करने शुरुआत किए। काफी सारे स्पीकर्स, नेशनल इंटरनेशनल स्पीकर्स, कोचेस, ट्रेनर्स उस प्लेटफॉर्म पे आते थे, अपना नॉलेज शेयर करते थे, बिजनेस, लाइफ स्किल्स, अलग अलग स्किल्स के ऊपर वो अपना नॉलेज शेयर करते थे, एक्सपीरियंसेस शेयर करते थे। और ये प्रोग्राम को कंटिन्यू मतलब एक एक प्रोग्राम में 50-50 स्पीकर तक के स्पीकर ज्वाइन किए हैं। ऐसे ऐसे इवेंट एबीसीडी ने सक्सेसफुली कंडक्ट किए हैं और इसका सभी क्रेडिट हमारे जो कोर टीम थे, जितने भी स्पीकर थे, उन सभी को जाता है, क्योंकि उनकी मेहनत, उनके जो प्रयत्न थे, उनकी वजह से ही वो सब कुछ पॉसिबल होता था। और आज भी एक नए समिट के साथ फिर से हम ट्रेनिंग की एक शुरुआत कर रहे हैं और इसमें भी ये सब कोर टीम मेंबर, जितने भी लीडर्स है, जितने भी लोग कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं और जितने भी स्पीकर्स है, उन सब के कंट्रीब्यूशन की वजह से ही ये सब प्लानिंग पॉसिबल हुआ है। तो इवेंट को शुरुआत करने से पहले मैं कुछ चीजें शेयर करना चाहता हूँ, जैसे कि एबीसीडी के बारे में मैं सबसे पहले बताना चाहूंगा। एबीसीडी इंटरनेशनल फैमिली एक ट्रेनिंग कंसल्टेंसी है जिसमें हम अलग अलग ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स कंडक्ट करते हैं। प्रोफेशनल ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स लाइक ट्रेन द ट्रेनर प्रोग्राम होते हैं, लाइफ कोचिंग सर्टिफिकेशन प्रोग्राम है, बिजनेस ट्रेनिंग कोचिंग हम प्रोवाइड करते हैं। और इसके साथ साथ बाबड़ इंटरनेशनल पब्लिकेशन, जो बुक पब्लिकेशन कंपनी है, वन ऑफ द फास्टेस्ट ग्रोइंग पब्लिकेशन भी आप कह सकते हैं, क्योंकि हम बस 22 डेज में वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड होल्डर बने थे और काफी अच्छा रिस्पांस लोगों ने दिया है। इंटरनेशनल ऑथर्स भी हमारे साथ जुड़े, उन्होंने भी ट्रेनिंग्स ली, उन्होंने किताब लिखे और हम पूरा सपोर्ट करते हैं उनको, बेसिक से लेके। जिसके पास सिर्फ एक गोल होना चाहिए, एक आशा होनी चाहिए कि हाँ, मुझे भी ऑथर बनना है, मुझे भी किताब लिखना है, बस उस एक थॉट से लेके हम उनका बुक ब्रांडिंग तक का पूरा सपोर्ट उनको सपोर्ट करते हैं। और इसी के साथ हम उनको वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड का पार्टिसिपेशन का एक कुछ मतलब हेल्प करते हैं उनको वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड करने में, वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड होल्डर बनने का भी एक एक्सपीरियंस का मौका देते हैं। और ऐसे सब चीजें आगे जैसे जैसे हम बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, काफी अच्छे लोगों का रिस्पांस आता है और उसी के साथ आगे बढ़ते हैं। विदाउट वेस्टिंग सो मच टाइम हम आगे बढ़ते हैं और सबसे पहले मैं कुछ अपने गेस्ट को फिर से एक बार इनवाइट करता हूँ, उनका वेलकम करता हूँ। वेलकम ऑल आर रिस्पेक्टेड गेस्ट ऑन दिस प्लेटफॉर्म वंस अगेन। और अगर यहाँ पे कुछ अपने पुराने मेंबर्स जुड़े हैं जिन्होंने ऑलरेडी पहले कुछ समिट अटेंड किए हैं या ऑलरेडी टीम में है, ऐसे कुछ लोग जो इस इवेंट्स के बारे में अगर उनको कुछ शेयर करना है तो 1-2 लाइन में वो शेयर कर सकते हैं, 2 मिनट से अपने पास। अगर किसी को कुछ शेयर करना है, इनिशिएटिव के बारे में बोल सकते हैं, समिट के बारे में बोल सकते हैं, और फिर हम उसके आगे बढ़ते हैं। ओके, तो आगे बढ़ते हैं। टुडे आज के जो फर्स्ट स्पीकर है, वो इस ट्रेनिंग सेशन में है और बहुत जल्दी वो ज्वाइन करेंगे। और फिर हम नेक्स्ट स्पीकर को इनवाइट करते हैं. So I would like to invite another speaker for today. Just a minute. Okay, so I would like to invite Ms. Priyanka Rastogi ma'am. Priyanka ma'am, if you are there, please unmute yourself.
Am I audible to you, sir?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Thank you so much, Akash ji, for introducing me and for calling me. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude, my sincere gratitude towards the Bhabat publication and ABCD International publication, and to Akash sir for giving me such a beautiful platform to express myself, and moreover for motivating me, because this is because now I have to share my this screen with some beautiful personalities, some vibrant personalities, and many experienced persons. Though I am not so much experienced, but still I would like to express myself. As we all know that today we have gathered to look forward and to get to know about some entrepreneurial skills or the characteristic of a good entrepreneur. I would like to share my screen. Sir, can you please, I think the setting is disabled. Can you please allow me to share my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Now you can share.
Is it? I hope it is visible to all.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before starting the session, I would like to tell something. जब भी आपको कुछ एक्साइटिंग लगे, कुछ आपको वैल्यूज मिल रहा है, ऐसा कुछ लगता है, तो आप नीचे दिए आइकॉन से मैम को अप्रिशिएट कर सकते हैं. जो भी आपको लगता है कमेंट्स में आप उनको बोल सकते हैं, चैट में आपको लिखना है. और ये इससे क्या होता है कि हम सामने वाले को कुछ सुन रहे हैं ऐसा अपने पास फीलिंग भी आता है, और सामने वाला और कुछ वैल्यू देने की कोशिश करेगा, और अपना भी पूरा ध्यान वहाँ पे रहता है. तो आई वुड मैं सबसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि जो भी आपको इनपुट्स मिलता है, कुछ भी वैल्यू मिलता है, तो आप अप्रिशिएट कीजिएगा. थैंक यू. यस मैम.
Thank you so much, sir. These words are really motivational for me. Okay, so may I start with the things?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir. So today I am going to share some characteristic of a good or a successful entrepreneur or a successful businessman. First of all, let us discuss who is an entrepreneur and who is a businessman. Actually, when we look forward for an entrepreneur, sometimes the image of a very talented college dropout comes in our mind, and sometimes a person in an Armani suit getting the turnover of 2,000 crores yearly comes in our mind. But in my views, an entrepreneur is a person who is seeking for freedom, or a person who is seeking for plenty of time, and a person who is seeking for some good amount of money. Actually, a person who is an entrepreneur, he always seeks for freedom, because if we are working, if we are a person who is engaged in some job, we do not have a sky to stretch our wings. We do not have a sky to soar high because we are somehow bound with our management or some are under our senior. But a person who is an entrepreneur, he has a freedom of choice. He has a freedom of decision making. He has a freedom to look forward for he has a freedom to set his own goals. And an entrepreneur is a person who seeks for time because he is not bound in a time. He has plenty of time. A person who is in job works from 7 to 7 or 9 to 5. But for an entrepreneur, time is no limit. As per his ability or as per the demand of the business, an entrepreneur can work for 24/7 also and can go for a week-long holidays also. Another thing is this, a person who is an entrepreneur looks for a very huge turnover, either weekly or monthly, or we can say yearly too. Because a person who is in a job knows the limitation of his earning. A person may be earning 10 to 20,000 a month or can be earning 10 to 20 lakhs, but not more than that. But for an entrepreneur, it has no limit. It could be in crores also and could be more than that also. Before moving ahead, we have to know about the difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur. Though we can correlate the things, but in my views, there is a huge difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur. Actually, a businessman works with an idea of others. A businessman gets the idea from others, but an entrepreneur comes up with his own new ideas, come up with his own innovative skills. He do not get the ideas from the others. He comes up with a fresh thing. Suppose if I give you an example, a businessman can purchase a melon from the market or from the wholesaler at the price of rupees 50. Then he set up his shop and he sells it as rupees 80 and get the earning of rupees 30. This is a business making 80 out of 50. But an entrepreneur purchase a melon of rupees 50 from some wholesaler, arrange a beautiful juice corner, take out the juice from the melon and sells it at 120 rupees a glass. This is an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur add up his own skills in some business. He comes up with his own idea. वो पुराने ideas पे work नहीं करता है. So an entrepreneur get the ideas from the others, but it makes the things look better. वो उन चीजों को personalized करता है. वो किसी के पुराने ideas पे work बिल्कुल नहीं करता है. And for a good entrepreneurs, we have some key skills which can make the entrepreneur soar high and has no limit of the turnover or the revenues. So the first and the foremost skill or the keys of a good entrepreneur is passion. Another is mindset, a positive mindset, and third is the responsibility. Let's discuss the passion first. Passion is actually a fuel. When we purchase a car, whether we are purchasing a Nano or we are purchasing a BMW or a Lamborghini, we have to add some fuel into it. Without fuel, neither Nano works nor your Lamborghini is going to work. So whenever you have to start a business or whenever you have to set up any new idea, you have to add some inputs into it. So your passion works as a fuel into your business. So passion is a fuel that propels us to take flight and soar high. And passion is the energy. What is a fuel? What is a petrol and diesel? What they actually give? They give the fuel to our vehicles. In the same way, the fuel for any business is a passion. So if you are passionate, you can go ahead with your things. So I request to feel the power that comes when you focus on something which really excites you. Passion can be, a person should be very much vigilant. The person should know before moving ahead where he is passionate for. See, today is the scenario. We have to teach our child, or we have to teach our near and dear ones not to be a job seeker, but a job giver, but a job provider. So everyone has the same thought process these days. I have seen the children and the youngsters are working and moving ahead for such things only, but actually they are misguided. They do not know what to do. सिर्फ यही सोचने ले जैसे कि मुझे एक अपना बिजनेस करना है, मुझे दूसरों को जॉब प्रोवाइड करना है. You could not be a good or a successful businessman. First of all, you have to look forward where you are passionate for. If your papa or if your father is I can say a jeweler, or he is a good, you can say he has a proper setup of toys which are really wanted in the market, you may have some different passion. It's not like that कि हमारे यहाँ होता है ना, like कि जो हमारा father का business है, father and mothers, parents usually have the mind thought or the mindset कि आगे चल के तो तुम्हें पापा का बिजनेस ही संभालना होता है. It happens usually in Rastogis. We are called baniyas, so it is the mindset of you can say such people कि आगे चल के पापा का बिजनेस ही संभालना है तुम्हें. So it's not like that. You may have some different passion in yourself. So first of all, you have to find the thing for which you are passionate for. So a passion could be of a passion could be of founding. Founding means you could be passionate for looking for new things. You could be passionate for the new invention. And the person who is passionate for founding could be a scientist, could be an inventor. So you could be passionate for founding. So set up your business, or set up your I can say the business, or whatever you have decided, you have to set up it according to that. Another, you could have passion for the developing. Developing means you could be passionate for developing a good team. You could be passionate for developing a good finance from the market. You could be passionate for multiplying your business. This is known as passion for developing. Another is a passion of nurturing. Passion of nurturing could be the person who is passionate for nurturing. That person actually looks for the thing which is going on hot in the market. But passion of nurturing does not go long. It is not a long lasting. It actually, a person has to exit after some point. We could not say it may be the family condition also, and sometimes it could be a need of an hour. Suppose we have say, let's take an example, as our government has banned the plastic products. So the person who is running a good factory of a plastic disposable, this is a very common example. If the person is not of a mindset, the person has to dissolve the factory. But if a person is of a good mindset, can just develop that plastic disposable industries into a terracotta crockery, I can say, or it could be paper crockery also. We use paper plates, we use paper bowls. So sometimes a person has to exit just because of the scenario, because it is the need of the mind. So first of all, you have to look what you have passion for. So as per your passion, you have to go ahead, you have to set your goal. After the passion, we have to set our mind. We have to set our mind. We have to have a positive mindset. Once you have decided, once you have looked for what you are passionate for, you have to have a positive mindset. Actually, positive thinking shapes our life, not only in the field of the business, but in all the aspects of life, we can say. So a positive person must have the capability of expecting the success and not the failures. Once you have decided, you do not have to put question mark on your own decision. You have to be very much optimistic. You do not have to take a step back. If you have decided, do not think of that your decision is not going to give you success, or your decision could be wrong. If you have taken a decision, be passionate, be of a positive mindset, and go ahead with the things. Another example of a positive mindset, if I could say, it is believe in yourself and your abilities. You have to, once if you have decided, you have to have faith on your own self, because a business starts from your own self. Team comes afterwards. Team comes afterwards. A person starts a business, the business starts from a single person. When it develops, the person gets the courage to make a team. So you have to have faith on yourself, you have to believe yourself, you have to believe your abilities which you have. Afterwards, if you have any problem, so look for the solution instead of dwelling on the problems. First of all, you have to be of a very positive mindset that you are going to get success 200%. But in case your idea gets fails, do not lose hope. Rather than looking into the problem why we have got failed, or rather than blaming your family, rather than blaming the government for the things, GST things and other changes in the government policy, you have to look for the solution. I can say where there is a will, there is a way. So we have to look for the best example of the dwelling on problems. Rather than dwelling on the problem, you have to look for your solution. I would like to give the example of the hackers. See, when a company develops, they need some hackers also to cope up with the things which they are facing in their moving ahead. So we need a person of a good willpower, a person of a positive mindset, and sometimes a person who is having critical thinking. So when we go ahead with a huge setup, we need person of we need the person who are skilled in all the things. When where we need creators, sometimes we need hackers also to look for the things and to solve the problem. So rather than blaming each other, or rather than blaming your own self, you have to look where the problem actually has been created and how to solve the problem. So don't waste the time on the reason of the problem. Just utilize your time to cope up with the problem, to get the solution of the problem. Next, surround yourself with positive people. Here I would like to suggest, make a team of the people who are like-minded. You could not go ahead with the people who are naysayers, or the people who are always criticizing you. So we have to make a team, and the people who always motivate us, and the people of positive thinking, and the people of the like-minded people. Next, reward yourself. See, if you have targeted for some particular goal and you have achieved your goal, it is your right to get reward for yourself. Reward, it could not be like this, that you are getting some the businessman of the year reward. It could be a simple 25 rupees cone of your favorite ice cream also. I tell you, it will give you the relief which you actually want. So do not look for a huge reward. You can reward your own self. So for a positive mindset, a person could be optimistic, have to be optimistic. A person should have the power of acceptance. A person should have capability of resilience. A person should have the capability of expressing gratitude, not only to the team, but also to own self. So once you have find your passion, you have a positive mindset, then you have to have the responsibility of the things. Actually, responsibility is the price of greatness. A person who is great, you must go to the background. The person can only be great if the person is responsible. So you must have courage enough. You must be daring enough. You must be able enough to take the responsibility of all the things. Responsibility could be the responsibility of making decisions. You have to make the decisions. You do not seek others' help for making any decision. If you have started any business, if you have started any setup, you should have the capability of the decision making. And once you have made decisions, do not look back, do not take a step back. Another thing which is really very important, you have to take the responsibility of the team building. Once you have set a team, you will be the solely responsible for the well-being of your team. So if you are working in a team, you have to look for the things. How can you do better for your team? You could not separate your team from your own self. You are the head of the team, so you are the solely responsible for the well-being of your team. You are solely responsible for the rewards for your team. You are solely responsible to give a positive atmosphere for your team. Another responsibility which a person has to take is to take the responsibility of the consumers. So if you have started a setup, if you are producing anything, your consumer must be satisfied with you. If you could not satisfy your consumer, very sorry to say that you could not move ahead with the things. So after your team comes your consumers. Sometimes we have to make changes. Sometimes a company has to bear losses also to satisfy the consumer. Once you have promised, you have to come up with you have to produce the thing of the same level, produce the thing of the things which is actually going to satisfy your consumer. That time you have to sometimes compromise with your revenues also. Sometimes you have to compromise with your profit also. So your consumer will be your first priority. And once you have satisfied your consumer, you can go ahead with any of the prices. Jio is the best example which I could give here. What Jio has done, it was first Reliance, was what they have done. They have distributed the SIM cards free of cost. So they have made, now before this, actually, you can say auto wala bhaiya or a vegetable vendor, they have never dream of having a mobile phone. And as soon as Jio launched the mobile phones in free of cost, they, don't you think कि अगर Jio ने free of cost mobile phone share किया था, तो उन्हें कुछ profit हुआ होगा? Jio has gone in loss for complete 2 years, or we can say more than 2 years. But उन्होंने free of cost अपने mobiles distribute करके छोटे छोटे लोगों को, like रिक्शा वाला भैया और vegetable vendor, they a barber, they make them habitual of the things, and once they have become habitual, they started giving the package of 3 months. Then after making them habitual, and once a person become a habitual of scrolling and everything, they increase their price. But very sorry to say, right now I am also using Geo Fiber only to join the meeting, and it has become the need of an hour, whether they are going to increase the price, whatever things. So we people are so much bound, अब हमें उसकी इतनी आदत पड़ चुकी है that we have to have it at any cost. So Jio has targeted the consumers, Jio has satisfied the consumers. So अब consumers देख ही नहीं रहे हैं, they are not looking for the cost of the product. They are actually liking it. They are dying to grab the services. So you have to be responsible. You have to be responsible for the satisfaction of your consumers. Next thing comes, you have to be responsible for the capital investment. If you are moving ahead with the profit, you become happy, you reward yourself. But if you are going in losses, do not blame anyone, because you have to be solely responsible for the capital investment. For that, you need actually a strong planning. Next come the failures. So if a person or a good entrepreneur must have courage enough to accept the failures also. If you are looking forward for some profit, for moving ahead, you must have the acceptance, or you must have the patience enough to accept your failures also, because sometimes failures give you the best learning. Sometimes failures give you the best learning. They help you to do better. They help you to brush off your skills. They help you to inculcate good in your product. A failure can be, I can divide the failure into two. A failure just because of your negligence, and a failure just because of the hard work of your competitor. So if your competitor is gaining high, then you must take it as a positive competition. You have to look why your competitor is earning more than you. Why not you? So take it as a healthy competition and be a person of the acceptance. So these are the 5 responsibilities which an entrepreneur must have to have in life. So if you are passionate towards your mindset, towards your business, if you have a positive mindset, and if you are the responsible person, no one can stop you to achieve your goal. So in the last, I would like to conclude with the simple words. Actually, you have to do what you love, what you have patience for, and love what you do. So once you have decided, never take your step back. So do what you love and love what you do. Thank you so much, everyone, for being such a patient listener.
Awesome. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing wonderful values. So हम आज काफी कुछ सीखे हैं, कुछ चीजें, 3 important things, passion, mindset and responsibility, और ये सभी entrepreneurs के अंदर होती है और रहनी चाहिए. जिनको entrepreneur बनना है, सक्सेसफुल बनना है, चाहे लाइफ में भी सक्सेसफुल बनना है, तो ये 3 चीजें important है. और आपने काफी इजी एग्जांपल्स से और इम्पोर्टेंट एग्जांपल्स से समझाया है. That's very great. Thank you so much once again. I request any participant, if you want please
So you are not audible to me. Am I audible?
Priyanka ma'am, you are audible.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Aisha ma'am. Actually, sir was not audible to me. Thank you so much, Akash sir, once again for giving me such a beautiful opportunity and giving me an opportunity to share the screen with some very, I can say, very experienced person. I am pretty new at this field.
Okay, so thank you, ma'am, once again, and it was a very helpful session. So I would like to invite another next guest speaker, and I would like to invite Miss Rekha Raj, ma'am. She's from Rajasthan, and yes, welcome, ma'am, in Edicid International platform, and over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I, Rekha Raj, Master Trainer AIEF, PGT English, and Founder Director of Tuesha the Lighted Lamp Global Foundation, would first of all thank Akash sir for giving us all the opportunity to be here to speak how can a person grow the business. Fine. Ma'am has given certain tips, which actually I would agree with her. So before starting, once again, welcome you all. So as we are talking about business, हम लोग business की बात कर रहे हैं आज. तो business का सबसे बड़ा word होता है B. It starts with B. So B says first is be the best, and second says beware of who wants to put you down. So ये दोनों चीजें be the best and beware of those who put you down, दोनों ही चीजें business वाले purpose में हमें बहुत काम आती हैं. बी दी बेस्ट, अगर हमें बेस्ट सेलर बनना है, हमारा जो भी हमारे अंदर है हमें अभी बेस्ट करना है, वी वांट टू रियली लुक फॉर समथिंग व्हिच इज बेस्ट एंड डिफरेंट फ्रॉम अदर्स, वी हैव टू कम अप विद डिफरेंट आइडियाज. वी हैव टू लुक व्हाट इज एग्जैक्टली इन डिमांड. Although people will criticize, although people will come up with the things that what you are selling is XYZ, maybe the best or maybe the worst. But do you think we should be disheartened by what we exactly are getting as a comment from others? If we have taken a step, ma'am has already told that we should be passionate. So if we have taken the step, we have to move ahead. That is the best thing to be the best. Now, best should be our product also. Best should be we also. हम खुद भी बेस्ट होने चाहिए. We should be action oriented. The rule which says if you really wish to be the best, we have to be action oriented. If you have taken a step, you should actually put your heart and soul and your 100% efforts so that the things which you are doing, you become an example for others and people become the followers of you. Ma'am has given a very good example of Jio. That is a telecommunication unit which actually targeted the audience, and the audience once when became habitual, they are least bothered what they are investing in. Same, ma'am, as you said that yes, today I too am using Jio Fiber. Clear, come what may be the cost is. So this is the thing, they have become the best in their ideas, best in their thinking. And the second letter of business is U. U says uplift. Uplift everything which can grow our business. You can actually uplift your product quality. You can actually uplift yourself even. Whatever you are providing, may it be a service or may it be a product, it should be consumer, it should be satisfying the need of the consumer. Then the third thing which comes is S. S says, it has 3 S. The word business has 3 S in it. S is shaping out what you are actually looking for. S is your success, how you become successful. When we are giving a product to anyone, how it becomes successful. Is it really worthy enough to be successful in the market? Is it so? We have to actually ask these questions to ourselves. And these FAQs, whenever we are actually going to launch a product, whenever you want that people should actually buy your product, whenever you want that you should actually grow the audience of your commodity to be purchased, what you have to do is make sure that you are actually writing down certain questions and along with that their answers. These question and answers, suppose I am a salesperson and I want to go to a market to plan an event, fine, because I need funds from a person and I want that people should listen me. What I'll be doing it, I'll be actually asking that person may ask you, what is special in me which makes them attracted towards my product? Why not the service or the product of someone else? So I should have a proper answer. Maybe when the person is asking you the question, you may flicker somewhere, you may fumble. You are not having the answer to give as a response. So what you can do, it hardly matters. You are not able to answer that person that time. What you can do is you can simply find out, jot down the answer before you are actually back to your workplace. You may be with somebody, you must have gone with somebody, along with somebody. And what you can do that time, you can think of the answers, jot it down. Certain questions we are not actually able to answer right in front of the person asking us. So these questions will help your team even. Suppose the question says, if the person asks me, will you be giving us 20%, 30%, 50% discount if I become your venue partner? So you don't have to trouble your boss every time. The person doesn't have to approach the boss or the team leader every time to find this answer. This is actually action oriented. It is written already somewhere. If a person is offering us this person discount, we can actually say a yes to that person. So these are certain questions which actually are asked over there. And if they are written beforehand, that becomes a successful strategy to grow the business. If you really wish that your business should grow, right, start at this point of time, jot down each and every query which you get from your consumers. The consumers who criticize you, don't take them wrong. They are the best people to let you know where you are lacking. They will be actually helping you out that why your product is not better than the other thing. It will actually help you to raise the quality of your product and the service too. And for that, yes, of course, we need to jot down what the criticism says. We don't have to run away from the criticism. That becomes a stepping stone for our successful career or the product which comes in the market. If we really wish that audience, the number of people should grow, they should actually be attracted towards what you are selling. The best thing is go with the demand, flow with the demand. That is S of business. When we talk about the N of business, N, it is like 4 letters, I would say, although 3 S are there, I is there, I and N. First, we'll take with N, I is the insight. Insight of what? Insight of whatever we are looking for. Maybe we are looking for the commodity which we want to sell. Maybe we are looking for the product we want to sell or the service we want to sell. We have to actually go to a particular place, make a review, take a survey. Actually, what is in demand? This is insight. क्या चीज है जो customer demand कर रहा है? This is all required before setting up a plan into an action. Be a storyteller. You can actually share your own stories with people. how I grew. This is the best way to grow audience towards your success. How you took, what strategies do you follow to come to a particular level that should be authentic. हवा में बातें करने से better है you should actually talk what you have actually gone through. This would automatically grow your business. Whenever you are actually publishing or you are making a publicity of whatever things you are doing, you should have something real to serve to the audience. Then next is N of business. If we talk about N is saying no. No to what? No to each and every unethical thing which actually is not acceptable by you. बहुत सारे प्रलोभन होते हैं मार्केट में आपके लिए. Many are there which will attract you. Okay, fine, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this. This way we'll get the success. But following the wrong ways makes or takes you to dirt rather than taking you to great heights. To some way, to some extent, you may grow. Your things may grow well. But again, if you are actually wanting to grow, learn to say no to something which is unethical, which is not accepted by you. Second, saying no, what you actually don't know. Many times we put our hands into something which is actually unknown to us. I'm not saying that we should not actually try to learn it. We should try to learn the things which slowly or gradually make you perfect. After learning, you can say, yes, now I am actually into this thing. If I take the risk taking is good. But until and unless you know the things perfectly, you should not jump into the situation. Perfection doesn't demand everything goes correct. But perfection demands that whatever you are doing, it is actually loved by you yourself. What you are doing is acceptable by everybody. It is not something which is just coming into your mind, starting up a business. You just saw somebody, the success story, you read the success story and you put up that thing into your own setup and you start. And losses are there. Before putting it into, you should be actually comfortable enough that whether I'll be able to do something or not. Learn it. It's not, learning is easy. You can learn it. If you're not good at technical things, first learn the technology, then come into it. So learning makes you give the best of you. Now, if we talk about growing audience, as I have told earlier, that we can actually grow audience by letting know ourselves, giving ourselves an answer to what is actually in demand. After that, whenever we are setting up something, we have to take a brand name which is attractive. You know, people these days are running behind the powerful names. Like we have nearby, as I told you, we should actually share the stories which are real. So we have where the colony where I reside, we have Thaggu, Samosa Thaggu Wala. Clear? He sells samosas only. And now he has his own setup at many places. Same as the name is Firangi, Jaipur. So people are actually attracted by the name which are funky these days. Funky names then attract people. After having that funky name, see what you are actually serving them. What is actually, suppose we are going for one thing like momos. We are looking for a setup which is actually serving momos to people or dosa to people. You should have actually the command over that everything which is being served, rather than putting too many together and not having mastery. We say master of all trades, jack of all trades, master of none, puts you in dirt again. So take mastery over one thing, then slowly and gradually we can actually put on things into practice, and then you can come forward with whatever is best, and then the conclusion. What actually is better for me, what actually is better for my audience. Then we are true funky names, yes, Preeti ma'am truly said, these funky names are attracting people, and these funky names are real business these days. We have seen, means wherever we go now, nowadays only these names are growing, and people, because we are actually in a generation where they are loving to come up with not the old traditional culture or names. They want new innovations. They become curious. Yes, ma'am said they become curious to know what exactly it is in. Even the coffee stores, they are actually, we have a great example of MBA coffee, sorry, chai wala. He has become a crorepati, turnover you can see. So MBA chai wala. So now people are actually, even me, I am excited to go and ask him rather than just simply looking about the history of that person, what I want. I will actually, once I'll go to that chai wala and ask him a question, the query, I'll be inquisitive. I'll be asking him a question. Are you really an MBA? You have started this setup. So are you really an MBA? So just because of these funky names, people are attracted. So growing audience is not so easy, but yes, it is easy. It is easy. So some techniques, some tricks which are to be followed. Few I had discussed. We can, the first and the foremost, try funky names. Then give, we should never run behind only the profits. I even tried with my organization, when I started with my business along with my husband, I even tried this. What we can do is actually we can serve the products at a cost which is not giving us much profit. Suppose I'm buying something for ₹1, and if I go for 1.25, not looking for ₹10 for the same product, the person will actually definitely once, twice, thrice, he'll try to test me whether this product is cheaper in this store or not. They will try. DMart is the best example for it. When DMart actually came into existence, people tried the products from Reliance also, from Big Bazaar also, and when DMart now had become a brand, people are actually flooding into the store. Now we hardly care to look for the prices every now and then. Middle class, of course, they look for the price tags. Tags is the priority. But again, for the rich class, price tag is not the priority. They just, because now the faith has developed, what they are doing, they are just looking for the product. They are just going in, whether it is available or not. They will not look for the price tags that time when they'll be actually developing trust and faith in you. So for the beginning, when you start up, when you set up your new business, what you can do is you can just simply don't look away only for earning huge profit until and unless there is no other competitor in the market. Yes, if your idea, your innovation is something great, something grand, you can go for XYZ pricing. They'll not have any other person to compete with you. They'll not be able to actually compare the prices of what you are actually selling. But because there is no innovative idea these days, so what you can do is you can just set up a minimum price for your product, not keeping yourself into losses. People will automatically develop faith in you, and you will become a leader of a successful business. This is again most important. So keeping your profit margins less may help you to grow your audience also, may help you to grow your business later. Then these social media, we have to make sure whenever we are setting up the business, we have to grow up. Gone are the days when we used to give the ads in the newspaper or the pamphlets were distributed and the things were there at your doorstep. The customers were at your doorsteps. Gone are the days. Now you have to look into the ways which can actually attract the traffic on your social media pages. So we have to tie up with the people so that they can help you out. Teamwork says that you are not good at everything. Even I as an individual could not do. So collaboration is required. We have heard about omnivorous animals. They eat everything. So as human beings, we are mammals. So we can actually take the help of whosoever is around. Wherever you find the best, that it actually goes along with the thinking. Ma'am has already told like-minded people. So if you feel like collaboration works, not only for your business, but yes, for advertising also, you can actually come up with these tools with collaboration also. Otherwise, it becomes expensive for the people who are actually growing or coming into the market for the first time. So collaboration also work. So we can say we can create omni-channel marketing. This is called omni-channel marketing. So we can actually collaborate and work together. Social posts could be made with them. Then target audience should be there. You should actually, first and the foremost thing, you should actually know who your target audience are. If you know this thing, you are actually the master of whatever you are starting. And yes, make sure there is a quote always. You have to remember that quote whenever you are doing anything. Within me is infinite power. Within me is infinite power. Before me is endless opportunities. Around me is boundless opportunity. Why should I fear? Why should I fear? So we have to actually give a start to whatever we are doing, because our life is a journey. And you know, in the end, each of one of us would be judged by what? What will be judged by? Actually, we would be judged by what we have actually served to the society. What is our standard of life? What we are actually giving them, what we are giving to the society, not by our measures of wealth. So make sure your ethics, whatever you begin, whatever you seek for, it should not be compromised with what your inner self allows. You can't imagine. Our imagination is actually weird. We imagine thousands of dreams we actually weave every day. I heard someone saying that you don't have to dream, because dream sometimes at some particular time they get broken. You should actually aim for that thing. You are allowed to see a dream, but you should set your aim, set your goal, and get the success. What we can see is only a small percentage of what is possible. हम लोग जो देखते हैं ना, वो सिर्फ एक छोटा सा एक अंश है जो पॉसिबिलिटी का एक पार्ट है. अब उस एक छोटे से पॉसिबिलिटी पार्ट को पूरा करने के लिए we have to look what is a platform with us. What exactly is a platform provided to us? And you will be actually surprised to know, to picture that surface, it is essential, but that is invisible to the eyes. It is not visible to the eyes. And what is not visible to the eyes, we have to look for that. And that makes you a successful person. Because you have that power, कि मैं कर सकता हूँ. That power will make you believe in yourself and get the success. You will gain strength, you will gain courage, you will gain confidence, and by every experience, जो भी आप लोग experience कर रहे हैं, by every experience in which you stop, you'll find somewhere you'll be scared, somewhere you'll be thinking that I may be successful, I may not be successful. So if you have launched your business, don't be scared of these small things which are actually putting you into trouble. Give a start. A kick is necessary. Ma'am has already talked about teamwork. Ma'am has already talked about passion. Ma'am has already talked about the spirit we are putting into all the things, all we are planning. So it's the time that we should think and implement. Just you are listening, suppose you are coming here, you are listening to what I am saying or what others are saying. We can put everything into action. Create your success stories and you will be successful. That is for sure. I'll end up with a quote. Successful is a person. Successful is a person who has lived well. Successful is a person who has lived well, laughed often, and loved much. Who never fails to look for the best in others or give the best what he or she has. Thank you once again for listening. So I hope you will be a story creator of yourself. Wish you luck so that you get the best. Thank you once again for being a Facebook listener. Thank you, Akash sir, for giving us the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful session. And of course, we learn lots of things. जैसे आपने नाम का बताया, अपने बिजनेस का नाम कैची होना चाहिए. So I would like to share ABCD के बारे में आपको मैं बताना चाहूँगा सबको कि ABCD जो नाम सुनते लोग बहुत बार मुझे पूछते हैं कि भाई ये ABCD इंटरनेशनल क्या है, ABCD क्या नाम रखा है कंपनी का. तो ABCD के पीछे कुछ रीजंस थे. हमने जब स्टार्ट किया था तो 2 इसके पीछे रीजन थे. सबसे पहले एक ये रीजन था कि जब भी हम कोई अपनी शुरुआत करते हैं, लाइफ की शुरुआत करते हैं या एजुकेशन की शुरुआत करते हैं, तो कहाँ से करते हैं? ABCD से ही तो करते हैं ना. स्कूल में जाते हैं, ABCD सीखते हैं, ABCD से करते हैं. तो हमारा मेन इंटेंशन ये था कि जो भी एंटरप्रेन्योर्स है, जो भी कोचेस ट्रेनर्स है, अगर वो अपने प्रोफेशनल लाइफ की शुरुआत कर रहे हैं तो क्यों ना फिर ABCD से आप शुरुआत करो. और फिर हम ABCD सक्सेस स्टोरी क्रिएट करने में हेल्प करते हैं. जैसे मैम ने बोला कि एंटरप्रेन्योर हमें बिजनेस करना है, आगे बढ़ना है, तो सक्सेस स्टोरी हमारी क्रिएट होनी चाहिए. और हमारे सभी मेंटर्स या सभी ट्रेनर्स उस के लिए फोकस करते हैं और सक्सेस स्टोरी क्रिएट करने की हम हमेशा कोशिश करते हैं. और आप सभी लोग जो भी बिजनेस में है, एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना चाहते हैं, आप भी सक्सेस स्टोरी पे अगर फोकस करेंगे तो और अब इसका होना चाहिए. और थैंक यू वंस अगेन फॉर दिस वंडरफुल सेशन मैम. और किसी को अगर कुछ क्वेश्चंस है तो आप ऑफ कोर्स पूछ सकते हैं. या कमेंट में तो काफी अच्छे कमेंट्स आ रहे हैं, सबको बहुत अच्छा लगा है. तो अभी हम नेक्स्ट सेशन की ओर चलते हैं. फिर से एक बार रेखा मैम आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. और कुछ सेशंस आगे पीछे हुए, फिर भी हमारे जो गेस्ट स्पीकर्स है उनका जो उत्साह है, मोटिवेशन है आपको कुछ देने का, तो वो कंटिन्यू है. और फिर हम नेक्स्ट स्पीकर की ओर बढ़ते हैं. शी इज फ्रॉम हैदराबाद. आई वुड लाइक टू इनवाइट एंड वेलकम मिस आयशा तजी मैम. वेलकम मैम, and over to you.
Yes, very pleasant evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity. And I'm really glad to present my views on the topic in this International Leadership Summit 2022.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Sorry to
Yes.
interrupt. आपका वीडियो शायद दिख नहीं रहा है. आप एक बार चेक करेंगे क्या?
Yeah, I will check the video. So check it.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, now I think it
अभी ठीक.
is right. Yes. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, yes, loud and clear.
Thank you very much. So, all the esteemed audience present in this very interesting summit. The name itself is very beautiful. That is International Business Leadership Summit 2022. At the outset, I would like to thank Almighty for having blessed all of us to have the idea of understanding the different codes and spectra of leadership. And then next, I would like to thank the CEO of ABCD International Publication, our own, the great Akash sir, for taking this initiative and trying to bring all the different educators, different leaders from different corners of the globe under the umbrella of ABCD International Publication. I really appreciate your efforts, sir, and I pray to God Almighty to give you unbeatable success. Sure, for sure. And in this series of speaking and presenting the different point of view on the core leadership, my idea was to share with you all the personal and professional traits of leadership. The audience, what is leadership? When we say he's a great leader, what do we mean by that? What is leadership? Can anyone in the audience tell me by unmuting, what do you mean by leadership? Who is a leader? Anyone? Can anyone tell me, if I am audible, who is a leader?
Who is able to
Yes, ma'am. Rekha Raj, ma'am.
who is able to set an example?
Okay, fine. I take that.
Somebody who
Any
leads
other?
by example. Somebody who leads by example.
Okay, fine. Somebody who leads by example. Another option, another definition.
Ma'am, a person who is a trailblazer.
Okay, fine. Lovely. Any other?
Somebody
Who believe in teamwork,
Okay.
ma'am. Trailblazers.
Right.
And the team
I
believe
take
in-
all the definitions. I take all the definitions. All these definitions are there. Almost 100 plus leadership definitions are being given, and all of you have covered each one of it. But at the top, a leader in a nutshell is the one who influences the people. The people will follow that person by shutting their eyes because they trust their leader and they get attached to that leader. So that leadership is nothing but transformational leadership. From the level you are, the leader to whom you follow will take you to the another step, then another step, then another step, and the ladder continues. And it is always going upwards. So a leader, in a nutshell, is a person who influences you. You are attracted by his charisma, by his magnetic influence. So that is a real leader. So what I have done by keeping my own experiences, the proven strategies, methods, methodology, it was there in my mind. I was thinking that whenever time permits and opportunities knock my door, I will definitely explain the personal and professional course and characteristics of a leader. Then, believe me, see, when you plan something, nature supports you. When you try to do something and that intention is very intense, the whole universe will be there in your favor. I was thinking, planning, my holiday started. Last working day was 30th June. I thought during holidays, if I get an opportunity, I will speak on this topic because it is the need of the hour to speak on the topic. And at the same time, when I was checking randomly the WhatsApp group, and I have received a message from Akash sir that there is a summit. So it was like my dream coming true. I immediately said, sir, this will be my core topic and I'm going to deliver it. And he is a generous person, the great leader to whom I follow. He at once agreed to my proposal and said, yes, you are in. And that's why I'm here to explain the personal and professional characteristics of a great leader. And you can't imagine, I traveled from Saudi Arabia to Hyderabad today itself at 3 p.m. I came home, took lunch and slept for half an hour. And now I'm sitting in front of you all. That is my commitment because I like my leader who has given me the opportunity to join the summit. Now, if anybody will help me in enabling, yeah. So here I would like to share my screen. Give me a second. Yes. Is it visible to all of you? The screen is visible to all of you?
Yes,
Rekha
Yes,
Raj
ma'am.
ma'am, can you please help me?
Yeah, it is. But I think you can put it in a presentation mode.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
we-
doing that, ma'am. Yeah. I have done it. Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So here I come with my presentation. There is personal and professional traits of a leader. And we know, as it is given on the screen, you can see a leader is one who communicates, a leader is one who is creative, a leader is one who motivates, he takes the feedback, he is very positive, having a positive mindset always. We all have been learning all these things under the topic leadership. But definitely, I would like to showcase, I would like to unveil the curtain on some decent characteristic of a leader, that if you choose a position, if you get an opportunity to show your leadership, either you are leading in the family or any small organization or big corporate level, it doesn't matter. But these core values, professional as well as personal values, you should definitely have. That will definitely take you to the pinnacle of success. And we know, as I said, leadership is not that is a gift by birth. Leadership is always earned factor, earned characteristic. You can be a leader by practicing continuously, persistently. There is no need that you have dreamt of becoming a leader and then you thought that you will be a leader because you have read some stories of leaders and now you are a leader. No, it is not that way. It's a continuous, progressive effort to bloom as a fantastic, charismatic leader. Yes. So here, the personal traits of the leader are, as you said, most of you know that the first thing that I would place in the personal trait of a leader is first character. Then comes charisma, then commitment, then focus and self-discipline. These 5 core values we shall try to discuss in depth to understand. Let us start with a character. What is a character? For example, I am trying to lead a company or an organization. I am from an educational background. I have devoted my 25 years in education sector. Recently, I celebrated my 25th working anniversary. A quarter century I have devoted to education sector. I deal with class 11 and 12. So I am basically from educational leadership background. But the core values that I am discussing today with you all will not only for education sector, but every sector of business. And now, first comes the character. What is a character? A character is your trait of personality that shows what you are. You do what you know, and you try to show your intentions with your actions. Imagine your intentions are very good, but actions are exact opposite. Then you have to rectify your character. By character, I mean you should be truthful enough to get the trust of your employees, of your subordinates. For example, let us discuss the small organization, family. Family, let me tell you, is also a organization where father and mother lead the family, right? Yes or no? I need response from you, audience. My dear esteemed audience, I need response from you. Father and mother lead the organization called family, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So now tell me, father is a leader or mother is a leader? Who is the leader in the family? Who is a leader? Who is a manager?
Father
is the manager.
Father is a manager and mother is a leader.
Depends. In each family, it is different.
Depends what personality traits they have.
Yeah, right. Now, I think in some houses, both are equally leaders in different spaces. In some the houses, it all depends on each home, right? and the environment they live in. So in some spaces, probably the father is a leader, the mother is a manager. In some spaces, it could be the mother being the leader, the father managing these things. So it's just situational and different for different homes.
I think we lost her.
Oh, yes, I think yes.
Yeah, some network issue. She will join soon. So other peoples can share their views also. So till we discuss about that.
Yeah, sometimes it happens like leaders have to lead as an example. As I told, we have to be the story creator so that we can actually set an example for the people who are actually listening us. Maybe we are a zero. It is not always necessary that we should start with a big amount or investment. We can actually start with a zero and we can be a hero. Aisha ma'am is back. Aisha ma'am, welcome.
Let me go with that. Yeah. Yes. Then they take the role and there is a role reversal. Am I audible and visible? Somebody has
Yes,
support
ma'am.
me.
You're
Yeah,
audible.
I'm sorry, dear audience. There was a lag in my net. Band strength is really, band signal is really very weak. I am struggling. Anyway, thank you for your cooperation. I can see my leader smiling, so he's encouraging me to move ahead. So then character. I'll tell you one story, a successful story of the Jet Lear planes. Jet planes are comparatively smaller than the huge aircraft planes. So people use the Lear jets to save their time. So Jet Lears was going in boom with its success, great success. During the course of that success, what happened? See the strength of the character of the leader of that Lear jet planes. 2 jet planes crashed. And that was a big hit in the industry for the jet planes. The CEO of the jet plane said, what all the jet planes working across US and the globe should come down on the earth. It means stop working. Because the leader, as he was leading, was trying to trace out the cause of the failure of the crash of the 2 planes. Then he worked with a team of engineers to find out. He could not. Then what he did, he took a risk. Leaders will take risk if their character is very strong because they are true leaders, charismatic leaders. The risk was he himself has to take the plane up to the same height and to find out what is the technical problem. Unless and until he could do that, he could not find the problem. He took the risk. He flew the jet plane all alone with 2 members supporting him as technicians. He rose to that high plane in the high altitude. Then he could trace out at that high altitude which part of the engine was dysfunctional. Then he worked that part and he found the reason. When he found the reason, he rectified the reason and started the whole process. Now, in that whole process, it took 2 long years for him. But he did not care the amount of time he spent. The lesson that we learn from this story of Lear jet planes is the leader took the risk of the finance, of his time, of his life even, because he did not want to continue with the same plane crashes or jet air crashes, but making the money. So that was the characteristic. And after that incident, when he found everything is smooth, then he started his plane and again the business was on. So the characteristic that we learn here is You have to, as a leader, find out the cause of the failure. Don't worry about the money. If you are very well versed in your character, the money will definitely follow you like a magnetic attraction. You become magnet to the money. Money will definitely come and attach and will not leave you because you are such a strong characteristic person. Another anecdote I was going through during my research of leadership, Nelson Mandela was put into jail for 27 years. When he was relieved, he became the president, and he was just in a restaurant taking a tea. When he was in a restaurant taking a tea, he saw a person next to him sitting. And when the person saw Nelson Mandela watching him, the person started shivering and he was sweating. Reason, when Nelson Mandela was in the jail, the same person urinated on Nelson Mandela to make him that low level and cheap person, to show him his disgrace. The person urinated on that Nelson Mandela. Now, when he saw the president of South Africa sitting, he was now shivering that he will call me and punish. See the decency of this great man. He ordered a fine cup of tea for this person and said, serve that person this brand fine cup of tea from my behalf. And the person who was shivering that he may punish was now completely in repentance. So the great leaders, charismatic leaders, universal ethical principle leaders will always have a very strong character in every circumstances, in their ups and downs, in their troughs and crests. They maintain their own personality, they value the things, they value the people around them, and they focus on ethical principle. So my dear audience, if you have decided to become great global leaders, believe me, this is a very fundamental trait or personality attraction that you should have. If you are strong in your character, believe me, you will have thousands and millions of followers. The charisma comes from this character and commitment. The professional trait, when we come and see professionally in a working setup, in the world of action, how you take the things. The professional traits are vision, communication, generosity, problem solving, servanthood. Vision, you might have listened many times. Communication is the heart. It's like a breathing system of any organization. Generosity we should have. Problem solving approaches we shall discuss. It's very common to the leadership. Servanthood is the beauty of the servant leadership that I'll be discussing in detail. Now, character and charisma that I have discussed. A person of character has a number of positive qualities such as integrity, honesty, morality, honor, the purity of action and words, good reputation. Charisma can be defined as the ability to inspire admiration or enthusiasm in other people. See, there were two very strong leaders in London with Victorian leadership. One was Mr. Gladstone, the other was Benjamin Disraeli. So when Mr. Benjamin and Mr. Gladstone were no doubt excellent leaders, then one of the reporters, news reporters, was asked that how did you feel with these two? See, this is very emphatical statement that the reporter gives. People asked, you always communicate with Gladstone, you always communicate with Mr. Benjamin. How did you feel when you communicate with these great leaders? Then she said, when I met Gladstone, Mr. Gladstone, I thought he is the most cleverest person in the world. Gladstone was the cleverest in the world. Then the people asked, fine, tell me, how did you feel after meeting Mr. Benjamin? She said, when I met Mr. Benjamin, I felt as if I am the cleverest person in the world. That is charisma, my dear audience, my dear future leaders, those who have the urge to lead the people and become the global leaders. Please nurture this charisma in you. Gladstone, when he was speaking, might be he was telling about himself and trying to impress. But Mr. Benjamin, when he interacted, when he communicated with this reporter, he tried to make her feel her own importance. He gave such a, we can say, effect on her that she felt that she is very great. So charismatic leader will always make feel others important. The others, when they meet you, they should feel that they are important. You should make and bring that feeling, that kind of atmosphere during the communication, wherein the person who has come to meet you should feel that now he has become important to you. So such is a charisma. Such character first, then charisma second. When the people come and meet you, please make them feel that they are clever, they are intelligent, they are important, they are excellent to you, and you are very happy with them. So that kind of feeling as a leader, if you are providing, no doubt you have the charisma in you and you are a charismatic leader. So we need to jot down these qualities and we need to evaluate ourselves. Do we have a strong character? Do we have that intense leadership quality with the integrity of intent to lead these people? If not, where did we go wrong in the past 2 months and how can we overcome? Are there such persons to whom we misbehave and we need to apologize? Do apologize and rectify your character and charisma. Are there any people to whom we have insulted in the past 2 months? Unnecessarily, unintentionally? Then please do it. Then you are nurturing your leadership quality. Then comes focus. You should not just have focus, you should have laser-like focus to get success in your endeavors as a leader. As a leader, as you are leading, you are in the front and the whole team is following you. So whatever the goals and mission and vision you have to be fully focused. For example, today was International Business Summit. I was traveling, and believe me, when I was traveling at 30, just a minute, please, can I have a loneliness, please? Yeah, there is some disturbance here. So 11 o'clock yesterday night, I was traveling. I carried my laptop, and in that laptop, I took the 3 books, which I found that I have to go through before attending this summit. And I was so focused in my goal that I did not forget while packing 8 luggage items were there. I packed, but I did not forget to keep it. Once I have boarded the plane, even though I was going through because I have to attend the leadership summit, the simple thing for me was I would have called Akash sir and told, sir, I am traveling. I cannot take, I may be the part of the 2nd and 3rd day. But I said, no, once I have committed, commitment should always be there with full focus. Believe me, early in the morning, we slept in the plane itself. At around 8 o'clock, I got up. And as soon as I got up, the second thing I have done is took out that book and started reading. The Gladstone and the Benjamin story that I have shared, I read it right in the morning in the plane. I'm sharing you this because our Rekha Raj madam told that we should give our own stories. We should share our own stories, and then it will bring some kind of interest in the people that really this works. So you see, anyone can dabble, but once you have made that commitment, your blood has that particular thing in it, and it's very hard for people to stop you. This is a great message that we can carry Anyone can dabble us. There is no problem because the world is full of competition. Everywhere there is a competition. Now we are attending the International Business Leadership Summit. At the same time, across the globe, maybe 1,000 leadership summits are going on. So once we are focused, once we are determined that yes, we shall do this, then nobody can stop us, and we can make the event successful with our focus and intention and purity of mind and thought. Then commitment. Commitment allows you to focus intently on a few highly important goals and achieve a greater degree of success than you otherwise would. So commitment is again a third C. First C is character, second C is charisma, and third is commitment. If you have committed, and this summit was a long-term planning, and we all have committed, after that the next schedule came, but the next schedule should not interrupt the very first schedule that we have planned. So we have to keep the priority, what is very urgent and important, the next urgent, next important. So when we have the priority order of commitment and laser-like focus, believe me, as a leader, we can hit, and any target we can hit and achieve any amount of success, undoubtedly. Here we have a self-discipline that I would like to discuss. Self-discipline and communication, vision and communication. Just I shall discuss first the self-discipline. See, self-discipline is regulation of your own course of work that you do professionally and your own personal life. Self-discipline, wantedly I have not written, for many people self-discipline differs. So you can have here on this slide your own pattern of self-discipline, like how committed you are, how disciplined you are, at what time you take your breakfast, what time you take lunch. Achha, I'll tell you, many people say, you said that you wanted to make a call, but you did not call. Then they said, oh, I was really busy. Oh, I could not do that. I was really busy. Some unexpected work came. Actually, that nothing busy or no unexpected work. They are utterly flop and failure in managing their own time. It is only because of the time management skills, lack of time management skill, they utter such words. If you are committed, focused with your self-discipline, believe me, everything is possible. You remember to make a call to any person to whom you have already promised. That will surely happen. Once I asked my co-worker, my colleague, why you have not taken the breakfast in the morning? She said, no, I was really busy. I said, don't please tell me this, I was busy. Everybody is busy in today's world. Nobody is free. Everybody have got 24 hours of time. And if they can do and they can eat in time, if you cannot in time, somewhere you're wrong. But it is nothing like I was very busy.
I think maybe network issue again. Okay, I think network issue, and ma'am will join again. So,
as ma'am said, time management, she was talking about time management. It really works wonder.
Yeah.
Because the ma'am said that, yes, you are giving an excuse that I was not having the time to talk to you or I was busy. That was busy because we are not actually managing the time. Very well said, Aisha ma'am. Aisha ma'am is back.
Yeah, actually there is a lag. What's happening? I landed today and my sons have arranged their mobile. And with that, I have connected the hotspot. So whenever they are getting a call, I'm getting this kind of lag. I will finish it within next few minutes. Just a few slides are left. Yeah, let me go to the next. Ten more minutes. So vision and communication. Just I was telling self-discipline. After that, we'll move to vision and communication. Put it in the lighter mode. Volume less. So vision and communication. So vision, we always have a vision. We work with a vision. If I am as a teacher working with my student, I have a vision that all will pass one day. If ABCD International is there, sir had a vision that everything, basically we start with ABCD. So we have to keep it ABCD. And by the end of the year, we have to arrange this targets. We have to publish this many books. We have to do this many summits and all. So vision is very clear. And to ever translate that vision into reality, we try to communicate with the people. That sir has formed a group of people like Priyanka Rastogi ma'am, Rekha Raj ma'am. All the intellectuals have joined together in a group to make this event successful and a series of upcoming events successful. So that's how he communicated as a leader with all of us. And now we have joined on a common umbrella. Under the umbrella of ABCD International, we are trying to give the various facets of leadership and trying to share our experiences and expertise. So that's how the communication matters. The communication should be perfect and effective. By effective communication, I mean that communication should bring the result positive. A small example I will give. I am a CEO of my class. Every teacher teaching in a class, every CEO of a company is a leader. Okay. Now the leader has come and he has to get some work done. Now the leader came and thinking that the work is not being done, and he started shouting early in the morning. Early in the morning, listen to me very carefully. This is a very important point. Somebody, if you are not muted, please mute yourself. This is very important stroke that I'm telling you, punchline. So communication, how it matters. First thing is that he came in the office, or I went in the class and shouting at my students, or why you have not done this, you people are not good enough, and you are really stupid, you are foolish, that this blah blah blah. I said, ultimately what I got in my bag, whether my work was done or not. If my work was not done, then I'm totally a failure leader. I'm flop, because my communication was never impressive, was never effective. Instead, as a boss, I came in the company, or I visited a class. As a CEO, I asked my subordinates, yes, my dear, how are you all? Have you all taken your breakfast? Fine. This is the work which is pending. How long you will take to finish this? Are there any problems you're facing? Is there any health issue, or there is any family issue? So instead of that, if we ask and see, by putting ourselves in their shoes, by thinking from their perspective, believe me, the trust that you are holding will be lifelong. Trust is very important, and it comes from your vision and communication, proper communication, how you have a dialogue delivery. So that, suppose I always say to my students, like, you see, I have trust on you. Why? Because I am a teacher T. If you take out from the trust the factor T, then what remains? Rust. I don't want my communication, my relationship to get rusted. If we don't trust, it will get rusted. And with rust, we achieve nothing. Our learning outcome, our result will be just shunya, zero. So remember, an effective communication is that, for example, just take in a family, you're a father and your child has not done well in the exam. And instead of shouting and giving him so many examples that how smart you were when you were of his age, all that, you call him, pat him at the back and said, fine, I'm happy that at least you wrote and faced the test. But please tell me, how can I help you? Why did you do wrong? What was the problem that you're facing? So from his perspective or her perspective, if you communicate, believe me, the results are stupendous, astonishing, outstanding. astounding. So we have to have that kind of effective communication. Generosity and problem solving, they always go together. As I said just now in the communication, when we communicate, we always have to be, as a leader, very generous in a company, in an organization. Soft speaking, we have to be firm. It's not like that every time you are excusing and becoming a very, meek person. No, by generous, I mean by being firm, but understanding the situation and acting positively in that to solve the problem. So generosity is the best form, can solve any kind of problem. See, problems come, problems are a part of our life. Nobody can grow without problems, we know. So problem solving, whenever you receive any problem, that is actually not the problem that bothers you. It is your reaction that bothers you. So every problem, you write it in your golden words, every problem has a solution with it. Stick. If this is my problem, this is my solution. But why we become so impatient when we see the problem? Reason, we are not strategical planner. Reason, we are not visionaries. Strategical planners, intellectual people, when they see the problem, they smile because they know how to deal with it, because they know the solution that is hidden beside this. So they see the problem, find out various tracks to solve it, and they choose the best track to solve it, and they get it done. So the leaders should have this beautiful quality of problem solving with generosity, by being generous. Servanthood. Servant leadership is all about making the goals clear and then rolling your sleeves up and doing whatever it takes to help people win. See, servant leadership, I'll tell you, I was an ex-officiating vice principal of my school from 2019 to 2021, and the pandemic, all of a sudden, we have seen the outburst of the pandemic. Believe me, during that course of complete pandemic situation, my leadership was never autocratic. Rather, it was a servant leadership. What I did, I took the problems of the teacher, took the problems of the parents, took the problems of the students, took the problems of everyone, worked 24/7 as a leader with them, solving the problems. Ultimately, the result was 99% we received the board results. So situation demands different kind of leadership style. In the pandemic, if you become autocratic, not listening to the problems of the teachers, students, or your stakeholders, nothing you will get in your bag. You will be all alone walking your path. Nobody is following you. So there are various types of leadership: autocratic leadership, democratic leadership, laissez-faire leadership, servant leadership. So you have to see which style suits the best to your company, to your subordinates, to your environment, atmosphere, etc. So thank you for your patient listening. This is what I have tried to put in front of you. And at last, I would like to thank all of you. And I would like to thank Akash sir for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I really enjoyed learning this and doing this presentation. Thank you. Thank you one and all. God bless you all.
Yeah, thank you मैम for this wonderful session. और जैसे हम आपके सेशन से सीखे कि कैरेक्टर इज वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट. कैरेक्टर, अगर कैरेक्टर आपका मतलब कैरेक्टर इज वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट टू ग्रो इन एनी फील्ड, चाहे हम बिजनेस में हो या कोई भी फील्ड में, कोई भी प्रोफेशन में हो, कैरेक्टर इज इम्पोर्टेंट. और आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल, if anyone has any question, please ask. We have 5 to 10 minutes for question. If no question, you can share your feedback also. And I really thanks to our guest speakers, because आज बहुत इमरजेंसी हुआ, इमरजेंसी ऑन टाइम 2 स्पीकर्स हमारे ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाए, उनका बहुत ही ज्यादा इमरजेंसी था. पर जिस तरीके से सेशन को, टाइम को मैनेज किया है, जिस तरीके के सेशंस हुए हैं, सभी मतलब जितने भी पार्टिसिपेंट्स थे सभी एंगेज है अब तक, स्टार्ट टू एंड. और यही एक सबसे बड़ी बात होती है ना एक स्पीकर के लिए, वो एंगेज करके रखे, क्योंकि अभी वर्चुअली 2-3 साल से हम देख रहे हैं कितने सारे वेबिनार्स होते हैं, लोग अभी फ्री भी हो तो ज्वाइन नहीं करते हैं, पर कंटिन्यू उन लोगों को स्टिक करके रखना इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टास्क, और वो हमारे गेस्ट स्पीकर्स ने, रिस्पेक्टेड गेस्ट स्पीकर्स ने करके दिखाया है, तो हैट्स ऑफ टू देम ऑल। अगर कुछ क्वेश्चन है, कुछ उनसे पूछना है उनके टॉपिक के रिलेटेड, तो आप पूछ सकते हैं, चैट बॉक्स में भी लिख सकते हैं। And I request all participants, please start your video for 2 minutes. We will capture some photos and wind up. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so thank you once again. किसी को कुछ क्वेश्चंस है तो आप अभी भी पूछ सकते हैं, फीडबैक शेयर करना है तो आप शेयर कर सकते हैं, और आई रिक्वेस्ट एवरीवन प्लीज फिल दैट फीडबैक फॉर्म। आप फीडबैक फॉर्म फिल कीजिए, वो आपके सर्टिफिकेट के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है। और जैसे आज आपने ज्वाइन किया, सपोर्ट किया, कल भी आप ज्वाइन कीजिए, कल भी कुछ और सेशंस होंगे और बिजनेस लर्निंग्स हम सबको मिलेगी। और जैसे हम सीखते हैं छोटे छोटे एग्जांपल्स, ये छोटे छोटे सेशंस से, तो वो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन होना भी बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है। आप फीडबैक फॉर्म में आपको एक क्वेश्चन भी पूछा गया है कि क्या चीजें, कौन सी चीजें आप इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे, तो आप अगर कमिटमेंट करेंगे इम्प्लीमेंट करने की, कोशिश करके देखिए, इम्प्लीमेंट करके देखिए, आपको डेफिनेटली रिजल्ट मिलेगा। और जैसे टाइम मैनेजमेंट का मैम ने बताया था, कितना अच्छा एग्जाम्पल उन्होंने दिया है। हम सब लोग चाहते हैं कि हम भी सब चीजें टाइम पे करें, हमें भी टाइम मिले, पर हम टाइम को मैनेज ही नहीं कर पाते हैं और काफी सारे प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं। ये सबके साथ होते हैं, ऐसा नहीं, सबके साथ होते हैं। और अगर हम ये छोटी छोटी चीजें इम्प्लीमेंट करने की कोशिश करेंगे तो काफी अच्छे रिजल्ट्स हमें मिल सकते हैं।
सर, सबसे अच्छा जो टाइम मैनेजमेंट का जो मैंने ट्राई किया और मुझे लगता है सक्सेसफुल होता है, वो यही है कि वो अपने पास में एक डायरी अगर हाथ में रहती है ना, तो शायद चीज हम लोग सुबह उठते हैं, जो जो हमें करना होता है ना, एवरीडे का टारगेट जो सेट करते हैं। आई हैव स्टार्टेड, और मेरे साथ में अच्छा सा 1 साल से बहुत अच्छे से टाइमली मैनेज कर पा रही हूँ चीजें। तो जो मॉर्निंग में उठते ही हम लोग डायरी में लिख लेना, और जैसे जैसे होता जाए उसको क्रॉस करते जाए, तो एटलीस्ट वो हमारे सामने रहता है, सारी वो चीजें सामने रहती है, क्या मैंने अकम्प्लिश कर लिया और क्या मेरा बचा हुआ काम है। इससे 100%, और मैंने जिन जिन को सजेस्ट किया है ना, हालांकि कहने के लिए वही होता है, इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं करते हम लोग, सिर्फ सोचते रह जाते हैं। आप स्टार्ट करेंगे ना सच में, लाइक बिकॉज जब हम खुद करने लगे तो हमें पता है कि वो सक्सेसफुल हो रहा है। तो यू कैन ऑल्सो गिव अ ट्राई। और दूसरा एक टिप जो आप ले जा सकते हैं, व्हाट आई डू दीज डेज, लाइक फ्रॉम पास्ट 6 months, एंड आई हैव बीन अचीविंग व्हाट आई एम हैविंग इन माय माइंड, ऑल्दो यू कैन से इट अ प्रीचिंग या जो भी है। मुझे भी किसी ने बताया था, इफ यू कुड फॉलो, बिफोर यू टू स्लीप, टेल इट टू योर ब्रेन दैट मुझे ये करना है। आफ्टर यू वेक अप, टेल इट टू योर ब्रेन दैट मुझे ये करना है। आई चैलेंज यू, छोटे छोटे टारगेट्स, बिल्कुल छोटे, ऐसा नहीं मैं बोल दूं मुझे अंबानी बनना है, वो नहीं हो सकता मेरा 1 वीक में। छोटे छोटे अगर आप टारगेट सेट करेंगे अपने ब्रेन से, अपने गॉड से, जिससे भी आप बात करते हैं रात में सोने से पहले, अगर आप बोल के सोएंगे और सुबह उसको बोल के उठेंगे, आई एश्योर यू, बिकॉज आई हैव बीन डूइंग इट फ्रॉम पास्ट 6 months एंड आई हैव बीन सक्सेसफुल इन इट। छोटा सा जो भी दिमाग में एक आइडिया आता है कि मुझे ये चीज करनी है, लंबे गोल्स नहीं, छोटे छोटे गोल्स, एंड 100% इट विल बी अचीव्ड, आई एम टेलिंग यू, ट्राई।
I do agree. Yeah, ma'am, I do agree with you. Moreover, I make a little bit change in it. You have said कि मुझे ये करना है. What I do, Akash sir, I say कि मेरा ये हो गया.
Yes, exactly. Affirmations. वो complete हुआ है,
Yeah,
इसका मतलब।
affirmation. Yeah, affirmation. So I usually do कि I have achieved this, I have done this. So it helps me a lot. Somewhere, somehow, ma'am, and I can relate, ma'am, with my things.
Yes, and I would like to continue, Priyanka ma'am. that early in the morning, whenever we get up, if we see in front of the mirror and see that 5 positive affirmations, if we use for ourselves, that I am great, I can do this, it is in my hand, then definitely the things will come under, because by that we
Yeah,
are commanding our subconscious
Mm.
mind to take it, and the subconscious mind will work as how we give the direction to him, command it. So
Exactly.
that is the thing, that is the whole working of the
Manifestation, we can say.
Yes.
Affirmations are really working wonders. And with whomsoever we are sharing now, it is actually coming as a positive impact only. So those who have not tried yet, you can try and you should try, I would say. You should. I can, I may, I shall. Make it opposite, vice versa, whatever the way you want to. But please, those who are listening us, kindly follow it and you would be successful for sure. Thank you, Akash sir, once again for giving us the opportunity. And thank you everyone for being great listeners, listening us patiently actually.
Yes, same here, ma'am. Thank you so much, everyone, for being such a patient listener, for being with us, for motivating us with your positive comments. Thank you so much, Akash sir, once again. Jai Hind, everyone. Have a great,
Thank you
great
everyone.
night and have a great life ahead.
Yes.
Don't forget to say, I have to do this.
Yes. Now I have to meet Rekha Raj ma'am on 6th August. I am commanding my subconscious.
Surely
6th August
if
for
you
the
are definitely there.
record launch of the book.
Where do you stay, ma'am?
Yeah, actually I stay in Hyderabad right now. I'm speaking from my home, Hyderabad, but I work in Saudi Arabia.
Acha, Aisha ma'am. Okay, fine. Aisha
Yeah,
ma'am.
I have received on the occasion of Women's Day one certificate from your Twesha ma'am. I am the
Okay.
same Aisha. If
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
and check your certificate drive in the Google Drive, you will find my name.
Yeah, Aisha ma'am. I remember.
Yeah. I am the same Aisha.
Okay, nice.
Thank you everyone. Thank you Akash sir. Inshallah,
yes.
we shall meet on 6th August.
Sure.
Yes,
for
yes,
sure.
we will meet on
Yes.
6th August and
Yes.
we will meet a grand event.
Yes.
So
I am going to miss you all.
no,
And
we
I-
will meet in Delhi.
I'll be
I
sitting at
request
my
you to
home.
try it out.
Akash sir, kindly share some link with me so that I can also join you all virtually.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
yes,
joined
If it is
real.
possible, if it is possible, sir.
Don't worry.
Yes,
I
yes.
will also
For
miss
our
it.
foreign trainers, we will do something virtually things. So virtually कुछ हम प्लान करेंगे, बहुत अच्छे से होगा और सभी के लिए वो मतलब एक वो 6 अगस्त का इवेंट बहुत बड़ा इवेंट है सबके लिए, सब उसके लिए बहुत एक्साइटेड है, तो वो अच्छे से करेंगे. बाद में फिर दिल्ली में आप सपोर्ट करने के लिए है तो दिल्ली में भी करेंगे. Very soon we will final dates also. So रेखा मैम आगे भी डेट्स 1-2 दिन में सब फाइनल करेंगे ही. So सभी को फिर से एक बार धन्यवाद.
Thank
सभी
you.
all speakers and all
First day has come
participants.
to an end. First day of the summit is done successfully.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Now 2 days are
successfully.
remaining. Alhamdulillah. Nice.
Okay, so thank you once again and we will meet on tomorrow. So till, take care.
Yeah. Thank you everyone.
Thank you much. Thank you so much, everyone. Good night, Jai Hind. We'll be meeting tomorrow again.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yes.
Có hay cả thì